Yo, welcome back to Shtdn. Right now we're at a museum and Agape ran away, so we need to go and catch up to him. Somehow I found another clip that I didn't check. 4.6 billion years ago, a meteorite hit the human world. Life was born, something so statistically improbable. It could be called a miracle. Amazing. I wonder if Agape gained this knowledge by looking at things like this. Being curious, just like me. I wonder if he's just ahead. I should go and see. No idea why I didn't see that earlier. It's so rare that Agape runs ahead of us. Ah, it's the human reproduction. That's nice. Then Goyou will get to learn about how humans are made. Oh. Agape. Agape? Children are the fruit of human love. That's what they say. To create a child, humans must merge. When male and female genetic data mix, a child is formed. This process is a result of making love. Hey, Goyou, I want to know what love is. The love humans talk about. The love I was named after. I want to feel it, Goyou. What do you mean, Agape? Let's try mixing our programs. Then maybe a new child could be born. The two of us. All we can do is change things into other things. We could never even fathom a new picture that wasn't already on the net or this PC. Even just making a new program, connecting to the net, or inserting a USB. We can't do any of that on our own. But we are the only ones here. It's a lot of times. Aren't we just repeating the same process? I just want something new. I want to create something, Goyou. That's impossible. If we made any changes to our programming, it'd just create errors and stop working. If we mix the two together, it'd just be a string of characters, Agape. Right. Got it. That's so sad. We're starting this episode on such a sad note. Agape. Can we revisit the earlier part of the museum? Maybe I have to manually walk back. But I want to go back with Agape. You know, because he didn't get to see that. And also, Agape is so dark now. Whoa. Agape isn't here. That's sad. Alright, I guess we'll have to keep going for it then. Oh, that's so cute. It's like flying so high. And then Goyou is bouncing. It looks like you weren't on a D drive. At this rate, I'll have to scour through all the minor files as well. Today will be the day I find you. Geez, ain't this enough? It's not like there's even any humans left to praise you if you find me. I can't stop. This is my job after all. I have to look for you. If you find me, then all of me, including these avatars, would all disappear. Wouldn't you get lonely? Hey. Okay then. All that's left is for you to keep searching every last nook and cranny. Well, it's not like I think you'll find me anyways. I don't know how to put it into words, but something feels wrong. All these buildings look like stores. What's odd about it? Oh, I know. So this is a shopping district. You probably feel like it's wrong because it's so deserted. Deserted? Are these stores, lonely? Yeah. Well, rather than the stores themselves, I think it'd be the humans who feel that way about it. In the past, tons of humans would come to these shopping districts to buy and sell things. Apparently, many went out of business after huge superstores got built. Customers stopped coming. I heard some stores found new means to attract humans and avoid closing up though. I see. Why do humans stop coming? Does being bigger or smaller make a difference if they're both the same stores? Seems it does matter to humans. Bigger stores have a lot more stuff, so it's more convenient. Since these stores could only specialize in selling one kind of thing, they couldn't compete with a store that sold them all. I see. If an upgraded version of me was created, would I feel lonely? I think so. My measly pranks probably couldn't hold a candle to what an upgraded Agape could do. Something like me is probably already outdated on the internet. Oh, that's so pretty. And these flowers, what kind are they? It's very red, and the petals are thin. These are red spider lilies. It said they bloom around a time called the equinox. This time of year is also when humans will pay respects to their ancestors. That being a kind of humans' parents' kind of. I see. So does that mean it's a day where I would pay respects to my program's prototype? I guess it's more like a day for thinking, wow, the humans that designed it is awesome. Humans will go to those graves we saw earlier. They'll leave flowers and foods as offerings. While doing that, they'll pay respects to their parents, their ancestors. And do the graves eat the offerings? Graves are made of stone. Of course they can't eat. Then why do they leave it? What purpose does it serve? Humans will die without eating, but give food to things that can't eat. Why do something so pointless? Yeah, alas, I've got no clue. Maybe humans just do it to find some peace. When it comes to death, humans will cry and scream and laugh. Their emotions will go haywire. So maybe they do it to put those feelings to rest. I see. If we were to pay respects, would it be like deliberately putting a folder I use in the recycle bin? If I did that, would I find peace? I don't know. Actually, why do people give food offerings? It's not part of the religion that I partake in, so I'm not very sure about exactly why. So I'm sure there's a religious reason as well, but the first reason that comes to my mind when I think about like, why would people do that? I suppose it's maybe to feed the memory of the person. Because in such religions, one would perhaps believe that the souls are there to come out and consume the spiritual matter of the food that we're offering them. So it's kind of like, I remember you, and even though I can't see you anymore, I want to feed your spirit because I still care about you, or something, maybe. What is this place? There are many desks and chairs. This is a train that has desks. Bzzz, wrong. This is a classroom. While growing from small to big, this is a place where medium-sized humans go. What do they do here? Since there are desks, will they be typing on keyboards or using tablets? Sure, maybe. There probably were some who did that. For the most part, though, it seemed they'd keep textbooks, that use books and take notes while listening to an adult explaining the contents. That adult would be called the teacher. Schools would have a handful of them. I see. In that case, you'd be the teacher while I'll be the listener, is that right? I guess so. Great teacher Agape's crash course on the human world, or something. Humans don't record logs, so they document information by hand using a paper called notes. It seems they had to submit these to the teacher. Submitting handwritten logs to the teacher. Why does the teacher make them do that? Can't they just look at their own logs? No matter how big or small, humans love to stay on standby. So some would stay on standby even when they should be recording logs. So that's why the teachers have to do a check to make sure they're working. Is that so? In that case, I've been properly working, so there are no issues. These logs are probably only full of how many times you've killed me. I don't want to see. But the flower on the desk meant that that student passed away, right? Oops. Is this a storage room or a barn maybe? There are many flat brown items lined up here. Why? It resembles the exterior of the cottage. Houses are made from wood or bamboo. Does that mean this is wood? That's right. If you cut down a tree and split it in half, this is how the cross sections would look. I see. Why do they have patterns on their surface? Trees are like plants and flowers in that they grow. They start small and just keep getting bigger, until they're way bigger than a human. So as they grow, that growth leaves behind those streaks. That's why even if trees all have similar marks, no two are the same. And growing bigger leaves streaks. Is it like that for humans too? It's probably different for humans. When humans have a lot of food, they build up a substance called fat. So I guess that would be a little similar to streaks, maybe. So if humans have a lot of fat, they can become bigger? It's not quite like that. Apparently it's bad for humans to have too much or too little. Seems complicated. It's bad to have too much or too little, but if they don't eat, humans will die. In that case, they should automate the process. With my calculations, I could maintain the human. A menu by Goyou. I feel it'd be pretty extreme. Oh, that's so fun. I've always wanted to run through everyone's balconies. These are where babies are born, right? Oh, not babies are born. These are where the baby's baby. What is this place? What are those? This place is called a neonatal care unit. It's a place where people would put humans that were just born. When need is there to place them all here together. The small humans run away from the big humans, so they require surveillance. Small humans can barely move on their own, much less talk, so running is pretty impossible. It's just, they can die really easily, so it's better to gather them up where you can keep a closer eye on them. Before you said you wanted to combine our code and create a child, but even if it was successful, would it not die right away? There are no programs here besides us, although it would be different if the PC owner returned to look after it. Yeah, if the owner came back, but they won't. That's just my guess. Someday they will return, unless you know a reason why they would not. Yeah, I feel like he's aware. Like since Agape has access to the internet, Agape would probably know. Like, oh, maybe there was a war or a natural disaster that just happened around the same area as this PC, so, you know. I don't know, it's just a guess. Aren't they just cheating on this PC with a different one? A better, fancier, cooler PC. Oh yeah, that's a possibility as well. Playing with that one's mode and then forget all about this one. Even forgot to turn it off. Didn't even put it into sleep mode. That's probably what happened. I see. I hope they remember someday. Oh, this picks up a high-end restaurant. This shot must be from when your owner visited. A restaurant. There are plates and meals. Is this a place for eating? Yeah, out of all eateries, the most expensive ones are restaurants. I also think that places like these usually serve Western-style foods. I see. So humans would go out of their way to come here in search of expensive food. Seems like pricey food tastes different. Oh, also humans just like to make some memories in these kinds of places. They'll come here and be like, please marry me, before handing over a wedding ring. Doing that will leave the logs in bold and make them harder to delete. I see. Do humans keep all their logs? That doesn't sound like a log with any errors. Why keep it? Or will it cause an error later? For humans, they'd rather delete their error logs rather than the ones without any. They like to keep the fun logs. They like to go places that make their logs more fun. But there are also humans who keep all their error logs, while the fun ones slowly disappear. You said that this might be the PC owner's picture. Did they want to keep their fun logs? Or did these logs cause errors? I wish I knew. This is a stadium, I suppose. Oh wait, it's not a stadium, it's a... What is it? What is this place? There's a lot of cloth on the ground. Or maybe it's a dojo. Is that soil in the center? Will the humans plant flowers and trees there to watch them grow? Plants don't grow that fast. If I remember right, this is the stage for a sport called sumo wrestling. Two huge humans will fight each other on it. Other humans have fun by watching. Fight? Why? Why must they fight on that soil? About that, some humans just really like to fight. To punish those who hurt them. They want to do what Goyou does. But humans can't kill other humans. It's forbidden by this thing called the law. So they'd usually get in trouble for fighting. The only exception is for sports like this. Maybe they can satisfy those desires by watching other humans fight. I see. So there are humans who would be satisfied to see me kill your shortcuts. Probably. I sure wouldn't like it though, since it hurts for me. You're the one who keeps making a mess of the PC and doing weird things. If you stopped causing problems, I wouldn't have to kill you. Can we go up? No. Amazing. It's golden. Various things are placed here. What's this for? Let's see. This is a Buddha statue. They're usually placed in these kinds of places called temples. Buddhism. Explaining religion to Goyou seems tricky. Well, I guess you could say this is an important place for having memorial ceremonies. This guy is Buddhism's top dog. I see. So some humans can be golden like this. Though it seems more like the Sigaki ritual. It's basically a ritual to thank your ancestors that's done near the equinox. If you don't do it, the ancestors who get sent to a place called Hell will get turned into skinny little pretas, and suffer forever. Hell? Pretas? So Hell is when humans do bad things when they're alive. It's the place they'll end up in after dying. They get punished for all the bad that they've done. The Hell Pretas end up in is said that they're cursed to be hungry forever. I see. But humans die without putting things in their mouths, right? So they would die right away. About that, if you die in Hell, you just return, repeating the same suffering forever. Well, this is all from human imagination. No one knows if it's real or not. But for the people who believe, they hold these rituals to free their loved ones from suffering. So humans like to imagine even terrible things. If only suffering awaits after death, it's just its existence would make people anxious, huh? Supermarket, maybe? What is this place? It looks like a lot of the same items are placed here. This is a supermarket. It's one of those huge stores I told you about before, where humans can buy various stuff. This is the meat section. Hold up. I can already see Goyou's next question. This meat is from birds, pigs, cows, and the like. I see. Meat is attached to living creatures, right? So humans eat meat. That's right. Apparently meat can provide lots of nutrients. In order to eat them, humans gather and keep a ton of animals called livestock. They kill them, cut them up for easy eating, seal the meat to keep it clean, and then it hits the shelves to get sold at the store. Supermarkets also have fish, vegetable, and spices, anything humans need for making food. Of course, besides that, there are drinks and snacks too. Putting these together, the humans can cook, right? And they cook and then eat. Pretty much. Parents with children will also cook for them and give them a place to eat. I see. So not only must children be looked after to make sure they don't die, but they must be assisted in the food eating process as well. Being a large human seems to come with a lot of troubles. For sure, I don't want to be a large human. This is an arcade. What's all of this? There are little balls rolling down inside these colorful boxes. Are these decorations? Does seeing the balls fall make humans happy? Or do the balls falling have some kind of meaning? These are called pachinko machines. This is one of those gambling things I told you about before. These balls, well, it's more about the money. You put money in to start the game. If the balls fall just right, a roulette will start. If the numbers or pictures match, you'll flash big lights that make people happy. If you beat the odds and hit a jackpot, you'll win way more money than what you put in. It's because of this that some humans get hooked. I see, so having a lot of money makes humans happy. Seems like it. In order to get money, humans usually have to do labor. For example, to get 1,000 yen, they have to work for about an hour. Goyou, even this PC's owner worked in order to buy your virus buster program. I'd say they probably spent about 10,000 yen for it. Probably. So for a Goyou-kun that's worth 10k, they'd have to work 10 hours to get their hands on you. But if they gambled, they can multiply that 10k by 10. Thinking like that, working an hour for 1,000 doesn't seem so efficient, does it? Statistically speaking, they would not be winning each time. It seems more likely that the end result would be negative. Thus, it seems more efficient to use the other method of making money in order to game it. But working so tirelessly sounds like a pain. If I was human, I'd go for the gambling. This is a family restaurant. There are tables and chairs. I also see a menu and tableware. Is this a restaurant? You've got it. Unlike the last place though, this is a cheaper one. These are usually called family restaurants. All sorts of humans will come here to eat. Its special feature would be that drink bar. Drinks usually cost 200 or 300 a can. Oh, drinks that usually cost 200 or 300 a can, you can have all you can drink there. Cool, huh? That would result in a negative profit. I thought humans were happier when they had more money. Yeah, the trick is they lure customers in with cheap drinks, but price the food higher. That way they'll end up with a profit. I see. So humans find this juice very desirable. Yeah, even though it's just processed water, seems the process can change both flavor and texture. That's why they find it way tastier than water. I wish I could try drinking it. And I could also understand what tasty is, and could feel happy when looking at drinks like humans do. If only we had a water drinking program, then we could drink Coke from a virtual vending machine. Even if we wish for it, we'll never have it. Sure would be nice though. Reminds me, whenever I used to go to family restaurants back when I was younger, I would always mix the drinks together. Like I would take maybe 3 or 4 different drinks and I'll put it in the cup, and then I would ask my friends or whoever's eating with me to guess what the flavor is. And it'll be a challenge game of sorts. It's pretty fun. It's a Ferris wheel. What is this? It has many lines. And what are those round things attached to it? This is a Ferris wheel. Humans would get in those balls and ride it. They find it fun, since it takes them way higher than they can usually go. I see. Does it carry them at a high speed? Humans like going fast, so they would find it fun. Nah, apparently these are super slow. They relax by slowly taking in the sights. A human's height, their value is fixed, but riding on one of these can take them to a value they could never reach on their own. Looking down from above, humans can see familiar sights from a new vantage point. It gives them a sense of novelty. I see. We don't have this sense of value, so it's hard to understand what that feeling is. I guess so. In the VR I got into before, I think I could sort of understand what the humans were feeling. It was kind of scary. Scary? Oh, how exactly do I explain this one? So it's like an instinctive defensive response that humans feel at times when they feel at threat of dying. Humans will die if they fall from a high place, so they'll get chills when going somewhere high. That's why some humans even refuse to go on Ferris wheels. But apparently for some people, they enjoy getting those chills. It's pretty weird, huh? To find pleasure in that feeling of being near death. Having fun by experiencing unpleasing things. That does seem strange. I don't think I am capable of experiencing these chills you spoke of. I'm a little disappointed, especially since it's something humans find fun. That's so pretty. It's like snow. Oh, it's skiing. I think this is skiing. Oops. Wait, I missed it. Skiing. What is this? Something is heading up the mountain? This is a ski resort. In the winter, humans will come here and use boards to slide down the snow with. Apparently it's fun. Those things that carry them up is a machine called a lift. Apparently humans will line up and wait for their turn to get on. I see. Sliding. I wonder what kind of feeling that is. Why do they use boards? Let's see. Remember when you sped up at the bowling alley? It's that feeling. If you put boards on your feet and go off a slope, you'll speed up just like that. Apparently there's both good and bad ways to slide. Either way, humans like going fast. Is that so? Why do they like to go fast? To get to their destination faster? Good question. Humans also like to ride roller coasters and other things that go down slopes really fast. I've got no clue either. Yeah, I've got no clue. I don't enjoy those things. I see. If you don't know, then there's no way I could know. Hey, Goyou. How much do you want to know? What do you mean? How much do you really want to know about humans? I've taught you a lot so far, yeah? Their ecology, lifestyle, buildings, nature. What's next? I'm asking if you want to teach you the full range of human emotion. I'd like to understand human emotions, but I don't know. I just find it interesting. I have no reason to. I don't really know. I think I'm lacking specifications to explain. If I better understood human emotions, maybe I could explain what this is inside me. I think the very fact that he possesses that kind of confusion makes him more human than he knows. It's red. This is a sunset. The sun falls down and night begins. That's right. This is the beach of everlasting summer. Seems humans like sunsets, since they find sights like this romantic. I see. Though I don't really understand what a beach of everlasting summer is. Is romantic a good status for humans? Yeah. Remember back at that restaurant? There are moments humans strongly want to record to memory. They feel that way in front of sights like this. So couples will get taken in by the scene and start saying sweet words to each other. Sweet? The words give the same feeling as eating. Is sweet words a kind of food? About that. Humans can apparently feel taste from words. There are bitter words and sour words. Of course, there's tasty and nasty ones too. Though I don't get how they're tasting flavors with their ears. Maybe it's their imagination. What would be an example of sweet words? You're more beautiful than this sunset. Something like that. Why compare nature to humans? Since they're a type of things, wouldn't it make more sense to compare humans with other humans? I don't think we're gonna understand the kind of sweet words humans are using here. I see. That's a shame. What is this place? There are many fish tanks. It feels different from the aquarium picture. Is this a store that sells fish? Ding ding. Correct. Goyou has become so clever. This is probably a tropical fish store. Remember how I said some humans kept goldfish? Some people like to keep all sorts of different kinds of fish. Amongst those, some fish are caught in the wild and then, through selective breeding, are made easier for humans to keep. Selective breeding? What is that? Well, okay, remember what I said about flowers? How when they die, they'll spread their petals and seeds. That preparation for death. The reason why they do all of that is to prepare for the next generation. The new seed's genes are decided when the male and female flowers' genes cross. You could say genes are their source code. All living creatures are born referring to them. Basically, the genes of the next flowers are influenced by their predecessors' genes. Sometimes there can be mutations that lead to variations in the genes as well. Humans will sort out the seeds and cross specific genes to make new flowers more colorful or stronger or whatever. This process is selective breeding. I see. So does that mean the fish here were created by humans? Well, maybe not all of them, but basically, yeah. It was also created by a human. If there had been any mistakes, would I have ended up a fish? Of course not. Because you were created to be a virus buster. Humans take what already exists and changes them as they please. Is this a good thing? I think the original is already pretty enough. Is that not enough to satisfy humans? If it's not good enough, does it not sell? You have a point. You see, humans are always longing for something new. That's why they get bored when things just stay the same. And just like Agape. I see. Even though they all look equally pretty. So humans just like change. I might understand a little. Looking at the same pictures are fun, but seeing a new picture makes me feel a little bit happier. Is this that feeling? Always seeing the same pictures, but still finding it pretty. Maybe it'd be better to be left unaware that new ones could exist. I suppose. It really depends. It's kind of like, would these two softwares be happier if they were not as sentient as they were? Because if they didn't really have a sense of self as much as they do right now, they would just be carrying out their jobs. Rather brainlessly, but still. They wouldn't really yearn for the concept of free will or individuality or that kind of other stuff. They would just be doing their job. It wouldn't really be a happy existence per se, but they would be satisfied and contented to some extent, enough not to feel upset. So I guess it's kind of the debate of whether you would rather have a very mellow, neutral life, or would you rather have lots of ups and downs? So, as much as you feel the extremes of happiness, you would also feel the extremes of sadness. Personally, I would prefer the latter, but I'm not sure. I know what this is. This is a bed. Humans sleep here. That's right. This is a room inside a hotel. Seeing the photos from going from restaurant to hotel is kinda... What? Goyou, I knew that I was gonna have to give you this talk at some point. Actually, beds have a connection to the making of small humans. So you're saying when humans sleep, they can make a small picture? No. Remember what I said before? How humans have 3 main desires. That third desire is necessary to preparing the next generation of humans. So, you see, a male and female human will... When the pointed part of a human meets with the concave part, somehow a child is born. So you're saying that humans are always thinking about wanting to combine? Yeah, probably. Yeah, I felt that question mark. Big felt. Seems like this was a little too soon to teach Goyou about this after all. That's so cute. The pointed part and the concave part. This is water. The water seems to reach very far. Is the water moving? It looks like the white parts are lined up unsteadily. This is called the ocean. 70% of the human world is made out of it. Unlike regular water, it contains salt, making it salty. Is that so? So in the human world, when taking 10 steps, the 7th step is the ocean? That's right, but wrong. Excluding the ocean, humans live on 30% of the land. Humans will go out to sea on floating vehicles called boats, where they'll catch fish or go to other lands across the ocean. If 70% of the world is ocean, does that mean that the travel between lands would also be a long distance? That's right. While it's faster if taking an airplane, by boat it'd be a month or more. I think I'm starting to understand why humans are in such a hurry. Some places are so far away that it takes too long to get there. Humans live in a world governed by different laws than ours, huh? They find pleasure in eating tasty food, they get chills, and they look at beautiful things. They're saddened by death, they suffer in hell, and they make small humans and help them grow. You said that a human's true means the opposite of what it is. By learning like this, I think someday we'll be able to see what defines the human's illogical love. And then maybe we could convey that love to humans. Goyou, in the same way how I don't understand the laws of the human world, could it be that the things we see and feel can't be understood by humans? If we learn more, could we find a way to express this world? If we learn more, will we understand why the humans don't come back? Goyou, just stop. Why? I don't know either, but why? Why is it, even though to me, I feel it's worse if you knew, why do I? Don't ask me, since I don't understand what you're saying. I wonder if I was thinking something wrong. Was it something a virus buster shouldn't think? I'll stop the process for now. I suppose even if to some extent Agape thinks that Goyou is better off not knowing anything. How do I put it? kind of like, in a sense, Agape is corrupting Goyou. Not with his virus, but with the information that is torturing him. Because to Agape, the amount of information that he has is not the blessing that Goyou interprets it as. Because when Goyou learns new information, he thinks it's a good thing. He's happy to receive information and he appreciates the information. Whereas for Agape, all the information that he has managed to perceive or to retain is kind of like a weight that's holding him down or making it such that there's nothing else that's interesting because he just knows too much. So in a sense, he is corrupting or giving to Goyou the things that is, well, the exact information of which he is being tormented by. And to him, I suppose, he thinks that the more he gives Goyou the information and the more of Goyou's questions that are being answered, the less of which Goyou needs to find out. So the less curious he becomes, Goyou will eventually become someone as bored or as numb as Agape himself. So in that sense, he knows it wouldn't do Goyou any good to so-called corrupt him with that knowledge, but he can't stop doing it. Because I suppose in that sense, just like what I said in a previous episode, although you will never be able to experience the very first sensation of how it feels like to play a game for the first time, it's still a new sensation in and of itself when you are watching someone else play the game that you like after you've introduced it to them or something like that. So in that sense, I guess this sharing of it is something that Agape can't help but do, even if he thinks it would be to the detriment of Goyou in the end. But I suppose I don't know whether it would really be to the detriment of Goyou, because we can see how differently they absorb the stuff around them and their mentalities and stuff like that. What's this? There are many lines in the sky. Since it's night, are these stars? Well, why did they become like this? Are they moving at high speeds? This is just one way to take pictures. If you take a photo really slowly, the stars become lines like this. You said that the sun sets. Oh, you said that the sun sets. Are these stars setting as well? You've got it. Everything in the sky shifts and moves over time. That's why you can get pictures like this. Well, I guess it's more accurate to say that it's not the sky moving, but the ground. The whole planet is moving, actually. That's why the sun isn't actually sinking, but rather leaving our view. I see. So the sun just appears to be sinking from a human perspective. Is that right? That's right. But when it comes to shooting stars, those are really stars that are falling. The stars get sucked into the planet's gravitational pull, where they burn up. In that moment, the star shoots across the sky before disappearing. Thus, shooting star. It's said that if you make a wish 3 times before the star disappears, your wish will come true. But usually they go by so fast that it'd be hard to make a wish in time, though. I see. By saying the stars burn out, do you mean they die? I guess so, yeah. But because it looks pretty, it's a sight that humans want to see anyways. If you die while having many humans making wishes towards you, that wouldn't be so bad, right? Leaving behind a stone like graves is nice. But being remembered as a wish also seems nice. This game makes me realize how much we kind of find death pretty. Like the death of flower petals and sakura falling, we find them pretty. Dead butterflies pinned up against the wall, some people find them pretty. Shooting stars, people find them pretty. Even this game that talks about death is pretty. looks like downtown. More specifically, a bar or something. A bar? You mean a place where humans drink coffee or juice? Well, you're not wrong. Here people drink something called alcohol. It's something that only big humans can drink, and it can make them turn drunk. Being drunk seems like a real interesting feeling. Apparently, it can reduce suffering. That's why humans love to drink it. At places like this, they'll be surrounded with eateries that can go with alcohol. I see. Being drunk. What kind of feeling is it? If suffering is being reduced, does that mean becoming happy? You explained before how humans act to satisfy their three main desires, right? So does that mean they become full? Or they become sleepy? Or... no, you got it all wrong. Being drunk is... their head gets all fluffy, and their words become unintelligible, and their sense of reality starts to get all loose. The losing your sense of reality part seems nice though. It's escapism. They can run away from their suffering. I see. Even if they put the process on hold, don't they have to get back to it eventually? I don't see the point in running. If they use that time to finish their processes, couldn't they diminish the errors and become happy? It ain't that easy for humans. Even if they want to resolve their errors, there are times where they just can't get rid of them. If they can't go away, then at least it'd be better to put them out of sight. Doing that, you could forget about the errors and go back to who you were before you had any. Something like that. I would be troubled if there was an error that I couldn't get rid of. It does sound like it would be displeasing. Maybe it's fine if you never noticed the error to begin with. If you never notice your own suffering, I wonder if that would mean you're not suffering. If you never notice your own suffering, it wouldn't mean that you're not suffering. It would just... it just mean that you are not aware of your own suffering. You would think that that level of hardship is the norm. But then again, I suppose if it became your norm, would that be your suffering? Because the baseline of our happiness and our suffering is measured against our neutral state. So if someone's neutral state is suffering, then their happiness might be our neutral state. And their suffering would be like literal hell or something. There are many of the same pillars standing here. Why? Is there some meaning to it? This is called a Torii gate. They're frequently seen in front of shrines. So there are creatures called gods that are higher ranked than humans. Apparently you need these gates to go where they live. Nobody actually knows if gods are real or not though. Maybe it's something like how humans are to us. So are these gates similar to folders? Yeah, I guess it'd be something like that. Some humans also believe in the existence of a god that created them. If God is like what humans are to us, does that mean someone created God? Who knows? There might be, there might not. Some humans feel comforted by the thought that there is a God. It's like what my name represents. Someone who helps without wanting compensation. No ill will, no backstabbing, just a being who believes in you and helps resolve your errors. So that's what the word Agape means. Someone who supports you in resolving errors, helping without asking for anything in return. As programs, we assist humans without asking for anything in return. Is this not Agape? I think that's different, probably. Even I don't know. Well, if it is Agape, then they are expressing love to humans. Sonzai. That means like existence, right? Okay. While we're standing in front of this very big billboard, I think I will end this recording right now at 50 something minutes. Thank you so much for watching, and I hope you enjoyed all the rambling. I suppose there will be lots and lots and lots of rambling in this game, since I don't think there are puzzles. It's pretty linear, but in a nice way, in a very relaxing way as well. It's like just embarking on a journey. And I know it's peaceful and relaxing. I like it. So thank you so much for watching, and I hope you've enjoyed so far, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.